can I marry anybody? Or you said something about the fact that the law regulates every aspect of our lives. So can the law tell me who not to marry?
The law can tell you who not to marry, but the law cannot tell you who to marry.
Okay.
Now, the law clearly provides that you can't, for instance, marry your brother.
Okay.
You can't marry your brother. A man cannot marry his daughter.
Okay.
A woman cannot marry her son.
Okay.
So there are those people that are within the prohibited degree of affinity and consanguinity. You can't marry these people.
Okay.
So that is what the law says. But the law cannot say, look, instead of marrying Francis, marry Johnson. No. The law will not. So long as you have found the love of your life and they are not within this prohibited degree of affinity and consanguinity, of course, you can marry.
Okay. My other question is, is there a restricted number of person a person can marry in his lifetime? Like, can the law say, no, you've married 5 wives already, stop, don't continue?
Now, under the Marriage Act, can I marry as many people as I want after I'm an African? Under the Marriage Act, 1 wife, 1 man, 1 wife.
Okay.
If you marry, after marrying Cecilia under the Act, and you want to go and marry Uju, Abuja marriage under the Act, if Cecilia finds out, you go to jail.
You will go to jail?
Exactly.
Please, I'll say this part again.
Yes. If you're already married to someone under the Act, you can't marry someone else under the Act. If you do that, you go to jail.
How many years?
5 years. You go to jail for 5 years for doing that. Yes, so
5 good years.
Yes. However, the law does not tell you how many people you can marry in your lifetime.
Okay.
Yes, because for instance, the law allows a man and a woman who are no longer happy being married again to go their separate ways.
Okay.
So if you marry, for instance, Uju or whatever, Miss A marries Mr. A, and after some time they no longer like each other, they go their separate ways, they can marry under the law. So if you can do that, maybe before you are 100 years old, you have married 50 people in the law, that, but not at the same time.
Okay.
Exactly. However, under culture, our culture does not say the number of wives a man can marry.
Okay.
At least the culture of the place I come from, the man can marry as many wives as he has the capacity to maintain them. That's under our culture. However, you cannot marry a woman under culture and then go and marry another woman under the Act and say, after this one was married under culture, this one is under the Act.
Okay.
Because that man lacks the capacity to marry another person, even under the Act, haven't married the first person under native law and custom or under culture.
Okay.
So, except the man marries that same woman he married under culture, under the Act. That is why you see some people, they do traditional wedding, then they go to registry, they go and do marriage registry. However, under Islamic law, a man is entitled to marry 4 wives at a time. So you can't marry beyond 4 at a time, except, of course, you divorce one or you are divorced with 4 of them. Well, that's just it.
Okay, sir. So there's this story I know where the man was married under custom first, then he went and married another lady under the Act, and somewhere along the way the man died. They both had kids, the children, both of them had children. So one of those days the woman that was married under the Act, she was saying, I am the legitimate wife of this man. You are not married to him. But what you are telling me now is that our marriage does not even exist. Like, the law does not recognize that marriage, the marriage under the Act, because of the marriage under custom.
Yes, the man lacks the capacity to marry her under the Act, because having married the first woman, even though it was under native law and custom, he lacked the capacity to marry this other one. However, I must add quickly that it does not affect the children, because our law does not recognize the illegitimate children as illegitimate. Children are children.
Okay.
They can inherit. However, this woman cannot say, this other woman, after all, you married under native and custom or under culture. I married under the act. I am the legitimate wife.
Okay, sir. So, can a woman who is married, okay, maybe before she married, she had some properties. So after she's married, can she retain her properties, those properties she had before she got married?
Yes, of course. A woman has the capacity to retain her own property, to have her own property. There's the law that allows, call it the Married Women Act.
Okay.
Or Married Woman Act. It allows a married woman to keep her own property, to have her own properties in her own names. The fact that she's married doesn't mean that she ceases to be a human being. She's also a human being. She can also maintain her properties. In fact, before a woman gets married or before a man gets married and you are suspecting that, look, this man wants to marry me because I have lots of money, I have properties, he wants to marry me, and maybe after a year of our marriage, I end up dead, and then the man goes away with my property and go and marry the love of his life. You can enter into what in other time, maybe like places like US or UK, they call it the prenup.
Yes.
Yes, but in our own law here, it's referred to as an that is the agreement you enter into before marriage. So you can have such agreement where everybody is clearly distinguish their property. Look, oh, these are my properties. So in fact, you can say, look, if anything happens to me, my property goes to my family. If you are not sure the man or the woman wants to marry for love.
Let's stay here a bit with will the court honor an agreement made before maybe people got married, excluding the property from being inherited by their spouse? The court do something?
Yes. Under our law, the law allows a man or a woman, depending on who is wealthy and who is not sure of the other person's intentions. The law will honor such agreement, where you make such agreement. We have seen instances too where a man marries a woman and he has money, and then maybe a year after the marriage, the woman alienates the entire family, kills the man, maybe slowly, and then take over the property, and then, disappears with her boyfriend. You understand? We have also seen instances too where a young man sees a woman who is wealthy. So the law does not want anybody to end up dead because they are married.
Okay.
And that is why there is a law regulating every aspect of her life.
No matter what a man or a woman does for anybody, if you're not married to that person, you're not married to the person. So if you bought them cars, bought them houses, or even changed the entire life of their family, if you've not married that person under the law or customs, they don't belong to you, you're not married. And we have also learned that you are not supposed to lead somebody on, promise them marriage, and then wake up tomorrow after they have waited for you and do nothing about it and just run off with another person, because the law has remedy for them if they go to the law. We've also learned that you cannot deceive somebody, tell them you are pregnant when you're not pregnant, and move on and get them to marry you only to find out that, oh, you're not pregnant. If they decide to set that marriage aside, the law will grant them. We've also learned that women can own properties in this country. Whether you're married or single, you can own properties. The law allows you to own properties. When you're not sure of the person's intention, when you are in doubt of their intention, you can have a kind of protective agreement that allows for you to protect your property. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Margaret Obuna. See you next time.